Hello and welcome to the Reading Rush Rundown, where I talk about the things I read yesterday and today in the Reading Rush so far. Now, yesterday I had a pretty productive day. I read about 237 pages, and that was pretty decent. I listened to a bit of Eldest, the audiobook. Now, I'm gonna just mention this right now. I'm not the biggest fan of this narrator. I find the way that he does the voices a little bit irritating, particularly Saphira. I can't abide by how he's doing Saphira's voice, but it's fine. It's fine. Halfway through at the moment, about 314 pages in, which means I'm keeping up with my goal of 100 pages a day pretty evenly. It's pretty on point at the moment. So I have high hopes for actually finishing this during the reading rush. The next thing then that I read was Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. I read all of this between yesterday and this morning, and I surprised myself by enjoying it more than I thought I would. Now, this is a dystopian-esque story, so I had low expectations. I was very nervous starting it, but it was surprisingly fun. And I'm excited to read the sequel, which just, I was not expecting. I was thinking maybe I'll read this and then maybe sell it to the secondhand bookstore. But it was actually good, and I'm excited to read the next one. There were a few problems that I had with it, just that it was kind of predictable in places, and also, what was my other problem? I had another problem, but it's obviously not that important because I forget what it was. It's kind of like Hunger Games meets The Selection. Like if The Selection had an actual some substance to it. Basically, the story is about two sisters, and one has been training to be a Grace, the wife of the future king, but she's one of many who are training this to be a Grace, who is essentially one of his many wives, and the other is training to be her handmaiden. So she's basically gonna clean up after her and wait in her hand and foot and stuff. But after some very early on unforeseen events, things don't go according to plan. I didn't see this book going in the direction that it went, which was fun. I was very excited to be taken by surprise. So I ended up enjoying this book, and it is 310 pages, which we are going to add to my Patreon. So far today I have read 195 pages, and I want to set myself a daily goal of reading 200 pages a day, so I only have 5 pages left to read tonight to do that, and as it's only 9:30, I think that's pretty achievable. So let me introduce you to the 2 books that I am planning on reading simultaneously with Eldest, as I'm still listening to that as an audiobook. We're going to not do that tonight. I'm finished with that tonight. Tonight I'm going to be alternating between Colour of Magic, which is the book that I plan on reading in one spot, which is right here, and also Grim Lovelies, which is I think one of the books that I threw in there just as a bonus book, but it's the one that's catching my attention the most. But as it's time for bed soon, I will be reading this there and starting with this here in the chair. I feel like Grace and Fury met one of the reading challenges. What was it? Hang on. Oh yeah, it was to read a book that I meant to read last year, which this book fulfilled because I got it in a book subscription box in June last year and never got around to reading it. But now I did, and I'm glad I did because it was a fun book. So that is where I'm at in the reading rush at the moment. First book that was started and finished within the reading rush, halfway through the Eldest audiobook and beginning these 2 lovelies. Tell me below what you are reading and where you're at in your TBR and how you're doing, and if you've completed any of the challenges yet. Also, feel free to add me on the Reading Rush website at Teller of Tales, as always. Anyway, that's it. That's everything I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.